Hello, everyone. My name is Carly Keenan. A little about me. I have over 12 years of experience in marketing roles, most recently pivoting into a consulting sales role. Honestly, starting out, I always leaned towards digital strategies, thinking this is the future. However, from my experience testing print, digital, and both at the same time, I now can honestly recognize the power of an omni-channel approach. So today we're going to review our omni-channel strategy, Direct Mail Boost. If you have questions while we go through the presentation, just type them into the chat bar and we can address at the end. And again, thank you for joining me today. So Direct Mail Boost is an omni-channel marketing approach allowing you to turn a single mail piece impression into multiple impressions to the same audience across multiple platforms. So direct mail plus digital marketing is a direct mail campaign that integrates 7 to 11 technologies to deliver a 23 to 46% lift over traditional direct mail campaigns for a few pennies per mail piece. Let's talk about some statistics. So we all know that if we can get people to our website, they're going to eventually leave. So how do we get them back? So now, they're on our website, we're going to attract them back. Marketing campaigns that use direct mail and one or more digital media experiences a 118% lift in that response rate compared to using direct mail only. Additionally, and this is really important for if you're trying to sell products or you're trying to get more donations, marketers using 3 or more channels in any or one campaign earned a 287% higher purchase rate than those using a single channel. And the purchase frequency is 250% higher on omni-channel versus single channel. So I just want you to take away from that if you're selling services, products, or if you are trying to collect, donations, you are able to see a higher frequency rate of donations. And by seeing your message multiple times, more times, you also can expect them to donate more than they traditionally would have previously. These are the several technologies that you can take advantage of with Direct Mail Boost. These technologies are what bring your omni-channel campaign together to create multiple impressions based off of a single mail piece. And you'll be able to see the performance of the overall campaign as well as each individual technology in one consolidated dashboard. Let's go one by one to learn about these technologies. First, the most important element of a campaign is your mailing list. So if you don't have a mailing list, but you have a rough idea of who you want to target, we'll work with you to set the parameters for your mailing list and purchase the list on your behalf. We can target geographical areas by zip code, radius around a certain zip code, could be carrier route, or even a custom boundaries. We've done that in the past with people that wanted to target 55 and over communities. We can then refine the targeting by whether it's only residential, only commercial, the demographics of that audience, the economics of that audience, their interests, political affiliation, or more. We have tons of options that we can sort by. Social Match. So Social Match is a one-to-one direct marketing approach. We take the mailing list, we find the Facebook and Instagram accounts that correspond to the people on that mailing list and start serving up ads to them a few days before the mail piece even arrives. This gets them warmed up to the fact that the direct mail piece is on its way. I actually had this happen to me recently, so I'll tell you that story in a little bit. But we continue to serve those ads to people on the mailing list for several days after the mailing campaign. This is important because, believe it or not everyone checks their Facebook and Instagram on a daily basis, so we want to keep those ads going. it can be effective in the B2B space too, because we still have B2B lists. And if they happen to have their business name on their social media account, that's how we can connect the two. All right, so mail tracking. So actually, I do want to tell you that I was totally targeted for the shoe company. And they're targeting my husband, but they also targeted me, this Johnson company. And so I end up on their website, and then like 2 days later in the mail, I received their magazine. I received information. So it was really interesting. And I went to my husband, I was like, were you looking at their website? So what a weird thing. But it's cool because it was a nice magazine. I was like, yo, honey, we're gonna get you some nice boots. Mail tracking. So there is a barcode applied to each mail piece that is scanned as it goes through the mail stream. Data is pulled in straight from the USPS via API, so we can show delivery metrics in the dashboard. Let's say you're using other channels like email. Well, now you can time that email outreach for when the mail is hitting the inbox. Or say you have a sales team that will be calling on your mail list recipients. Knowing approximately when the mail piece is going to be arriving, it really helps with the timing of your dialing for dollars. This is actually way better than a cold call. And it's definitely what I prefer, my method of use, because I hate cold calling. So if I can call up and say, hey, did you notice that mail piece that came in the mail? They're more likely to give you the time of day. Informed delivery. This is the unsung hero of direct mail. And I did receive a notification that this Johnson and Company shoe company was sending me a magazine the day that it came. So we're taking a off-channel approach, direct mail, and we're turning this into an opportunity for the audience to convert online with a ride-along ad. If you're not familiar with informed visibility, it is definitely worth looking into. It's free. It is becoming more and more popular as everyone who submits for an address change request, they're automatically enrolled in receiving those emails every day. So every morning I get an email with scanned images of all the mail that I'm going to receive that day. Some of those mail pieces have a full color image and a clickable ad. I will tell you that these get my attention far more than just the regular black and white scanned images. So when you take advantage of adding informed delivery to your campaign, it moves that mail piece up to the top of the email in that full color image that's clickable ad sending you back to your website. People are highly responsive to informed delivery at a 62.5% daily open rate as of July 2024. So there is really no reason for you to not want to take advantage of it. This allows you to deliver yet another impression even before that mail piece is delivered. It's that day that they're going to receive that mail piece. So when paired with Social Match, now we've got multiple impressions before the mail even arrived. QR codes. We're all familiar with QR codes, and QR codes are absolutely included. You have a dashboard to track clicks. However, you also have the option to use personalized QR codes. This is not your average QR code. Most QR codes are static, meaning it's the same in all print marketing, so you're only able to see a high level of information like numbers of scans. This QR code is hard coded to the mail piece that it's printed on. So you know who scanned it. This functionality only exists because it's tied to the mailing list and the individual mail piece. So that's pretty cool. I love that feature. Call and text tracking. So, I mean, we're getting those texts now more and more, right? You go to a website and people are asking you, hey, 10% off, 15% off, just enter our text list, right? I know I'm doing it. So when talking about mail tracking, We mentioned knowing the value of when a mail piece was delivered and how that plays a huge role into planning your follow-up strategy. So that's what I really love about call and text tracking. We're going to put this mail tracking number on the piece of mail with a call to action to call, to text. It allows us to track the number of calls received right in the dashboard. We can show the phone number of the person that was calling, who they are, and a lot more. We can also record the calls so that we can see the duration of engagement, and that when you're wanting to understand why people might not be converting, you can listen into the call and identify any best practices or gaps in the way the calls are being handled and adjust the approach from there. This all can be exported into a CSV file so you can easily import into your CRM. In addition to assigning or creating a local or toll-free number that rings over to a line of your choosing, you can also utilize this for text tracking. So if you have a call to action on the mail piece that says something like text fall promo to 12345 to receive your coupon code, then we'll be able to click the same information that we do for phone calls for that text messaging strategy. What text tracking really does is help increase the response to direct mail, because that is the way many people prefer to respond to marketing. It's super easy to pull up something on your phone and get a coupon with just a couple clicks to use whenever you choose, rather than just at the time you've got the mail piece in front of you. Some stats about tracking that I really want to share would be that 98% of sent text messages are read, and 19% of the links in text messages are clicked versus 2% in email. So it's definitely an increased rate of response when we include text messaging. Online follow-up. This is Google. We do a few things differently here. On the mailing date, we start serving ads on the Google network. How do we do this and to whom? The first audience we're targeting are the people from the mailing list, the people that are in the zip codes on the mailing lists, but we also saturate an area in a radius around the zip codes on the mailing lists. So we've got zip codes geolocation, keyword, key phrase, so that we're targeting the right people for what you're marketing on the direct mail piece. We also target based on search history and browsing history. When people respond to marketing, they go online and search and browse. Now you've got them and have an opportunity to get in front of them with digital. A added value piece here is that you're also casting a much wider net digitally and serving up ads to people above and beyond just those on your mailing list. Now, whenever someone responds to the social match, informed delivery ad, or direct mail piece and go online, they're going to pick up a cookie. And this gives us the opportunity to continue to get in front of them, which is so important, because what do we know? 96% of the people that respond to marketing are going to leave. They're not going to remain on your website. So they're going to they might go search your competition and see what similar products and services they're providing. So we need to keep getting back in front of them, because you never want a portion of your marketing spend driving them to the competitors. It is also important to give your audience as many ways to convert as you can, because the sales cycle may vary based on price point of what you're offering. Pair of shoes, much quicker sales cycle, while a roof and a kitchen remodel is going to require more research by the consumer and therefore a longer sales cycle, up to 6 months or a year. So you need to stay in front of them and just keep on following up. Social media follow-up. So anyone that goes to your website is going to pick up that pixel, and now we are going to retarget them by serving up ads through Facebook and Instagram. This is just another way to stay in front of the people that you're mailing and tons of opportunities to convert them. Lead match. So lead match is a pixel and it goes on your website. When someone goes to that website, you're able to identify who they are. We provide 95% accurate residential address for that website visitor. The top 5 URLs that they visited so that you can see what they're interested in and how long they spent on those pages. What we're doing here is building one of the most valuable mailing lists there are because there's no better person to market to than someone who's already been to your website but isn't on your mailing list. This is absolutely the way to create the highest response mailing list that we possibly can. It's the right people at the right place at the right time. We get about 9 to 18% response rate when we mail to them because it's the right people. So you can use Lead Match as a standalone product, which can be great starting point if you don't have a mailing list. Or if you have a mailing list already and you're using Lead Match, we can show on the dashboard the number of matches between your website visitors and your mailing list. Lead match is powerful because typically the way people respond to direct mail is going online. So it is, without a doubt, to me, such a valuable resource just to learn who's landing on your website and being able to retarget them. Now, additionally, when it comes to lead match, I know that the two companies that I have here are very localized. You would not want to be pulling leads that are going to be in Idaho or Montana, because for whatever reason, if somebody did end up on your website from those locations, you can filter your leads by city, state, zip code before you actually pull them. So for B2B, it is going to be the residential address, but this is still the decision maker. The decision maker ended up on your website, and now you're going to be able to send them mail to their home, which is better than if you send it to a business. You're really hoping that it gets to the right person. You're going, oh man, I really want this to get to the person that I've addressed it to. Or if you didn't have a name to address it to, then you're just kind of spray and praying that it's getting to somebody. So hopefully, when you, or what's likely is that if you're sending it to that residential address, now they're going to take it into work and they're going, you've got their attention for sure. YouTube ads. So harnessing the power of video on the world's second largest search platform on the web. Wow. Video pulls a much higher response rate than still ads. So, yes, we love that. And you can use video for your social media ads as well. It doesn't have to be just the YouTube ads because we do know they are more engaging. YouTube ads are displayed to a geo-targeted lookalike audience. So the audience is based on your mailing list, and we run the radius around the zip codes on your list and use those keywords and phrases that have been selected. Discovery ads. Discovery ads are placed on the YouTube homepage, Gmail in that promotions tab, and also the Google Discovery toolbar. So if you're on your mobile device logged into Gmail, these are the ads that would appear underneath the search bar. This audience is geo-targeted lookalike as well. We can also run a full 30-day geo-targeting campaign. So remember when I was talking about online follow-up? Well, that technically would shut off after after let's say 15 days once it meets its threshold. And then at that point, you would start up with the Google geo-targeting. But we can also do the geo-targeting for the full 30 days to keep engagement levels and impressions going, regardless if you're online follow-up has shut down. Social media. So just like I was talking about the social media follow-up, that's usually about the first 15 days, but we can run the full 30-day campaign where we are going to be just retargeting with geo-targeting as well. Addressable geo. So this technology is based on the mailing list itself. It's everyone in the household that will receive the display ads. So a good example of when you might use this is if you're a university or you're sending out a direct mailer and you're sending out a direct mailer to alumni from that university. A traditional geofencing would capture the houses that are in your radius around the person you're actually targeting. And 99% of the time, it won't be relevant to the surrounding homes. That's why we don't want to do that, because especially if it's a very sensitive market. So, like for example, the cannabis market, super highly sensitive, and highly regulated. So you do not want to use Facebook and Google to serve ads at all. This is the platform that is going to be allowed for doing that. So if you use only if you definitely don't want anyone outside of your mail list address seeing your ads. That's the focus on why you would ever want to use addressable geo. But it's very targeted, and that means you're definitely talking to only that person. Email notifications. So as I mentioned, you can do this out of your own CRM. You do not need to use this platform, or you can use this one if you want to use it instead. It's really up to you. But knowing when your physical mail arrives, maybe you want to warm them up before the mail arrives. So you go, okay, I'm going to send an email to my list um, about 2 days before I'm expecting it to arrive. And then you want to send a second email maybe 3 days after it has arrived, or 4 days or so, just as that extra touch point. All right, so I've mentioned that it's one dashboard to manage it all, which I feel like is a Lord of the Rings type of thing. I'm going to actually show you what the dashboard looks like. In a moment. There we go. So here we are. This is a demo dashboard, okay? And I do want you to keep in mind that none of these stats made sense when I was first introduced to the demo dashboard. I was like looking at like, oh, look at this and all of the letters that went out. And then I looked at like other things and I'm like, none of this makes sense. So please do not look at these numbers and think, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a 1.9% engagement rate. Like, no, please don't do that. These are just faux numbers. All right, so we are able to see all the technologies that are available to you on the left-hand side, and they're also with beautiful images in the middle. We have a lot of data here. So let's talk about, like I was talking about social match, the lead match. All right, we've got lead match. So here in this campaign, they have 120 leads that are within their network that landed on their website. And 78 of those people went to their website that were also addressed to. So they most likely were prompted at some way to get to your website. Hoorah! Another one, let's look at, I mean, we can look at all of them, but mail tracking. So see, like this says like only 21% was delivered, but it doesn't make any sense. But you would be able to see, look, okay, that was when it was delivered. Okay, I want to send my email out here on the 25th. Perfect. Now I know. And we've got social match. So it's showing you the mail list and each day how many people were matched from the date that mail started to arrive. It does show you, this would be your art. It's uploaded right there, so you know exactly which campaign you're looking at because you can be running multiple campaigns at the same time. And I think that's see, besides for the the QR code. So this is where you can see the unique scan. So you had 100 unique scans, and this campaign did not use the personalized QR code. So as you can see, everything is in one place so that you get an overall strong view of your campaign. I'm gonna stop. Let's see, let's pivot back to the program. Right. And ta-da. So what have we learned? Direct Mail Boost isn't just digital marketing, it's lead generation. And what we're seeing is you're able to get that needed repetition to make that sale because 80% of your sales are made between the 8th and 12th touch. You are re-engaging people who are interested and that visited the website. And you're able to see who visited your site so you can follow up and market to them. 8 to 32 touches added onto one direct mail piece for the fraction of the cost of a stamp. I mean, that's what we're talking about here is we're looking at the cost of a stamp and we're able to add on all of this. So I would love to say one example, and that is that if you are doing appeals campaigns, somebody might have seen your social post, somebody might have seen your mail piece. They might have not donated yet. And it's important to keep those touches going because what we're seeing is that you can get a wider range of people to donate to your cause than if you had only sent the one or maybe two mail pieces to them within a 60-day time period. Not only that, this is efficient. I mean, we are streamlining your marketing strategies through a single vendor. You are able to see real-time trackable results in a personal dashboard, making it easier to see attribution and determine ROI. So I am a huge fan of this. I know that I very much enjoy using it. So now I would like to open up to questions. Do we have any questions in our Q&A or in our chat room?